Hello and welcome, Pokemon fans and sellers. This is your host, Metamew. Welcome to Pokesplosion. We have a special one today for you guys. So, today we are kind of pulling back the curtains for you a little bit. It's going to be different than most of our videos so far. I kind of want to go over with you guys the fees associated with eBay and whether or not that could make or break a bulk store. And also just kind of giving relevance so you guys know a little bit more of the costs associated with eBay here. So, as you can see, this video that we're shooting right now has been a week and a day from our first video release. So I've gone through doing some listings. If you're not aware, on this channel, we've been building an eBay store by scratch here. So it is a little bit of a time-consuming process, and I will do a future video on doing active listings and what that process looks like and some things that you might want to look out for in doing that. But as you can see here, currently I have 32 active listings in this time frame. I've actually been fortunate enough to get 4 orders. Surprisingly enough, those 4 orders have cleaned out 2 of my listing categories. So, just seems that those were a little bit more highly sought after cards. So far, I've only been doing supporters for the trainer category. And again, I'll look to break that down in a future video because it is a often overlooked area. But what I kind of want to get into with you guys here, as you can see, again, this is the overview page. At the bottom of this overview page, you can see that you have up to 250 items for free every month that you can list. Now, this was counting down. Today is July 1st, so this actually just reset, which kind of prompted me towards making this video because I was curious. I was like, well, that changes everything if now I can post 250 listings every month. That's awesome. I have almost an unlimited amount of listings that I could do, but fortunately that isn't the case. So how this works, and so this is basically saying no insertion fee. An insertion fee is something that eBay charges to post a listing, and listings will renew every month. So there's a couple of different categories that you should be in tune with here. There's auction style listings, categories excluded from relistings. So this is here pretty much what you want to be paying attention to when you're looking to list Pokemon cards in general. So these are fixed price listings that are marked as good till canceled duration by default. This means that your listing will renew automatically every month until it sells or you end it. So essentially, because I was posting those cards towards the end of the month, they should renew. It doesn't give an exact date, but it's likely a 30 or 31 day cycle there where it will renew. So you have to be cognizant of that. So essentially what this is saying is that you can have 250 active listings per month that won't incur those, these insertion fees. And then beyond that, you'll start to incur those insertion fees. So that alone is going to greatly limit any starting store. There are additional fees from eBay, and we'll get into those now, that you guys should definitely be aware of if you're looking to get into this type of a thing, or maybe it'll help you see a little more clearly into the industry in general. But so there's 2 major types of fees. One's an insertion fee when you create a listing, and then a final value fee. We already kind of touched base on that insertion fee, but as you can see here, there's a few different pieces. It goes into insertion fees. We already spoke a little bit on that. Good till canceled listings. Again, we spoke on that a little bit here. So these final value fees, which are standard for every listing that gets sold on eBay. So essentially what this is saying is for orders $10 or less, the per order fee is 30 cents. For orders over $10, the per order fee is 40 cents. Again, doesn't seem like a whole lot, but if you're dealing in cards that are, closer to $1 or, $2 in that range, that's definitely going to eat into any margin that you have available. So there's two different fees actually that, that's just the total fee. So what this is saying, there's a percentage of the total amount of the sale plus a per order fee. So this 30 cents and this 40 cent is your per order fee. But on top of that, you have a percentage fee that gets charged as well. So we specifically are dealing in the collectibles category, where per order up to $7,500 per item, you're going to be getting charged a 13.25% on the total amount of the sale. That includes shipping and includes taxes. So you definitely want to take that into account if you're making these listings. Now, this is that insertion fee here, as you can see, where the first 250 listings are free per month, then it's 35 cents per listing, which again doesn't seem too terrible, but if stuff isn't selling, that could certainly eat into someone's market. So let's break out the calculator here for an example. If you're looking to sell some trainers, there's a lot of them out there that I see that are selling for, like, the lowest listing you can do on eBay is 99 cents currently. You might be able to sell lower if you do a auction for that card, but specifically if you're doing buy it now, the lowest you can go is 99 cents. So I have been seeing a lot of trainers where people are trying to be competitive, selling for 99 cents with free shipping, which in my opinion is kind of insane. But say you're shipping a card for 99 cents, and that card has $1.32 associated for shipping. That did not get my decimal place, but okay. So for an example, okay, $1.32. We're looking at $2.31, right? So $2.31. Now, essentially, if you're shipping a single card, it should be able to ship white envelope for under an ounce. Anything under an ounce through eBay's white envelope should be able to get a price at 74 cents. So originally you're having a little bit of a increase in profit from your shipping. You could give a discount on that to be competitive, but again, looking at these numbers, I wouldn't necessarily advise that. But well, let's start here by doing 13.25% of the 231. So if we multiply that by 0.1325, oh, a little bit of a delay here on the calculator. So that alone is going to be about 30 cents, 31 cents rounded up. If you include taxes, we can assume 31 cents. So 231, you have that overhead fee that you're getting charged from eBay, about 31 cents as the percentage fee. Then you have that additional 30 cents that's going to get charged as that one-time per item fee that we had mentioned up top here. 30 cents fee here per order for anything under $10. So if we're back to the calculator, you got that percentage fee of that 13.25%. You're looking at about 31 cents for that. When you account for taxes, honestly, it's probably going to be a little bit higher than the 31 cents for taxes. Because that's roughly going to be a 10% on the order. So you're looking at an additional 20 or so cents. But again, we don't need to get into that close of details. But so just get to the nuts and bolts here. That's about 61 cents of fees. So you're looking at about $1.70 without those fees. Now, you're going to want to subtract at least that 74 cents for the shipping at minimum. And now we're left with about 96 cents here. If you factor in printer costs, things of that nature, ink cartridge, you want to account for your penny sleeves, either your semi-rigid or your rigid card holders, and you got envelope costs. on top of the envelope costs, potentially paper costs if you're putting in packing slips, things of that nature. Let's just account for, maybe a few cents for that, right? So 10, 15 cents max. So now we'll just go on the low end. You're looking at 10 cents for that stuff. That's likely real low. So you're probably looking at about, 80 cents maybe. How much did you spend to acquire the card? Let's say that was another 5 to 10 cents. So ultimately, we're looking at about 80 cents of potential profit on a card if you're charging for shipping. Now, as you can see already, if you're paying 99 cents, I mean, the percentage decrement on that would be a little bit less, but already you're looking at pretty much no income if you're listing it without charging shipping at those prices. So again, I don't understand why people are doing that. It's, in my opinion, a giant waste of time on their account, but I do think there is some money to be made in that realm, but not without charging for shipping or, including the cost of shipping into your prices. So now I do want to go to point out that this 86 or 80 cents of potential profit, if you're beyond this 250 listings per month, that 35 cents charge per listing eats into that profit even quicker. If, say, you have over 250 listings, some of them aren't selling, and it sits listed for 2 months, then that's eating up another 70 cents. You're sitting with about 10 cents of profit margin left. If it hits that third month and gets billed again, then you're in the red for that card. So, let me know what you guys think. Does this make sense to you? Are you still going to look to pursue trainers? I don't want to rough people up as far as pursuing that, but as I'm getting started here, this is something that's come to my attention as far as something that is kind of a red flag for me. I do think I will still pursue trainers a little bit, but ultimately I think I'll probably be chasing some greener waters there. Might bulk out a lot of those cards, but I do think I want to try to post some of them to see what sticks and what sells. And again, on some future videos, I'll go a little bit further into trainers as far as cycles go for what's in rotation and how those might have better chances of selling. But continue to do some updates into the future for you guys. I'm going to go ahead and cut this video just because I understand that I don't want to ramble here on my end, but really appreciate you guys. Let us know what you think. Like, comment, and subscribe to stay up to date with future updates. And happy selling, all the best, and happy collecting, guys. See you next time.